and said, How shall the ark of the Lord come to me? So David would not remove the ark of the Lord unto him into the city of David. But David carried it aside into the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite. And the ark of the Lord continued in the house of Obed-Edom. And the ark of the Lord continued in the house of Obed-Edom the Gittite 3 months. And the Lord blessed Obed-Edom and all his household. And it was told King David, saying, The Lord hath blessed the house of Obed-Edom, and all that pertaineth unto him, because of the ark of God. So David went and brought up the ark of God from the house of Obed-Edom into the city of David with gladness. And it was so that when they that bare the ark of the Lord had gone 6 paces, he sacrificed oxen and fatlings. And David danced before the Lord with all his might, and David was girded with a linen ephod. Now we come into this passage, David, he's requested that his people, they bring the Ark of the Covenant of God from a different city into Jerusalem. David has a good goal in mind, but he goes about it the wrong way. You see, there was a very specific way that the Ark of the Covenant was supposed to be carried, and David did not do it that way. And here we see a man by the name of Uzzah, the Ark rocks, and he reaches out his hand to stop that rocking, and what happens is, because he touched the Ark of the Covenant of God, God smote Uzzah, and Uzzah died there that day. The Bible tells us that David was afraid, and because of this, David was not willing to continue bringing the Ark back to Jerusalem. Now, was it right for the Ark to be there? Well, certainly. The Ark of God belonged in Jerusalem with the people of God. The Ark of the Covenant represented the power of the Holy Spirit, the presence of the Holy Spirit with his people. We see that David, he makes a decision that many a Christian unknowingly in their life make. He faces difficulty, he faces failure because of his own decision. And because of it, he's afraid to continue going on with his goal. We see that for 3 long months, the Ark of the Covenant of God dwelt not even with the people of God, but with a Gittite. And it was not until David heard, hey, you remember that guy Obed-Edom? The guy we left the Ark of the Covenant with? God is blessing his house. He's blessing his family. Boy, the blessings of God are just outpouring on this guy Obed-Edom. And it was finally then that David said, I really have to go back and get that Ark. I've got to get the blessing that I could have. I've rested content because of fear and because of failure. I've rested content where I'm at, but I need the victory that can be had with the power of God. We see David, he goes and he gets the ark, he brings it back into Jerusalem, and there's shouting and there's praising, and he has his joy back finally. But I tell you, many a Christian make the same crucial mistake. Maybe you have a good goal. Maybe you have something you're trying to accomplish for God. Maybe you're trying to go somewhere in your Christian life, and because many times our own faults, trying to do things our own way, we fail. And then our faith is replaced with fear, and our failure causes us to cease in our effort for God. Might I encourage you today, if you have failed, if you have hurt yourself, hey, Uzzah died because of David's decision. Another man lost his life. Maybe you failed. Maybe you've let people down. Maybe you have not done what you thought you would do. Might I challenge you, might I plead with you to not rest contented with a powerless Christianity or a stagnated Christianity. So many today are motivated by fear. We ought to be motivated by faith and a fervor to see God work in our lives. I wonder, Mama, I wonder, Daddy, I wonder, are you living your life in fear? Are you sitting back, not accomplishing what you could because you've considered the failures of the past? Here we see that David, he rested content with a lack of victory because of fear. Do you know all it took was for David to go and get the ark, and he experienced victory once again? Might I encourage you, dear friend, victory is available. Do not let fear of failure or the fault of the past keep you from having faith and pressing forward today. Somebody listening to this devotional, you've got to get back up. You've got to get back at it. You've got to start serving God again. You've got to start gaining ground again, because there is a great victory to be had in your life. Maybe you've been hurt, and you've allowed the hurt that person in the past caused you to keep you from reaching out and trusting and being a friend to other people before. Maybe you've been disappointed in church. Maybe you've been disappointed in pastors, and because of that, you're not willing to step out by faith and trust your pastor and follow his guidance and love the people in your church and be active in your church. You say, why? Because you've seen the other side of it before. But can I tell you today, all that you are doing by holding on to the fear and the failure of the past is limiting your progress today. You're limiting what God can do in your life today. Might I encourage you, as David did, do not rest contented watching God use others, watching God bless others, watching God work in the lives of others. Get up and let God work in your life personally. Let God answer your prayers personally. Let God use you in his service personally. Don't let fear and failure keep you from living by faith. Let's get back up and get back at it. We love you, folks. We'll see you tonight, 7.